with a single source continuum contractor to provide community-based care or child welfare services.
Dr. Bonin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Foster care providers are required by contract and by state law to carry liability insurance coverage. However, these providers are experiencing skyrocketing insurance premiums.
Ms. Purpose.
Does the gentleman yield for questions?
No, I don't. I'm
Not at
going
this
to
time.
finish my layout. Limited carrier availability and burdensome policy changes. This legislation clarifies existing law to provide separation between good providers who want to serve children in our foster care system and the perpetrators who harm children or contribute to the harm without any previous indication that they would do so. Without clarification in Texas law, Texas, like other states around the country, risks leaving thousands of children without placement and destabilizing our foster care system. This legislation reinforces the existing protections of the Charitable Immunity and Liability Act to make it clear that a nonprofit foster care provider and the nonprofit single source continuum contractors who provide community-based care are protected by the Charitable Immunity and Liability Act. This clarification will give clear direction for insurers so that providers can access more options for the required liability insurance coverage. Further, this establishes what foster care providers must do to be determined to be in good standing, meaning they have taken appropriate actions to ensure that background and registry checks, training, and necessary reporting or personnel actions have occurred. This will ensure that those who harm or directly contribute to the harm of a child continue to be liable while providing some separation for providers when nothing in due diligence process indicated or suggested that harm would come to a child. This legislation clarifies immunity for groups currently included under the Charitable Immunity and Liability Act, and it does not extend any protections to for-profit entities. This legislation does not provide additional protection for those who harm or directly contribute to harming children in foster care, and this legislation does not change who can sue for damages and does not modify the statute of limitations on any suits. There's a very serious concern that without legislative action, foster care providers will not be able to provide appropriate liability insurance coverage, which they are required to have by law, and children will be without necessary foster care placement.